This is the newest mini in Clash Mini, the Prince. But believe me, he is way more complex than he looks. I have been playtesting him for a few days and I finally figured the most efficient way to both use him and counter him. So stick around to find them out. Now, before we get into the juicy stuff, let me explain briefly how does the Prince work. Prince will start the match with a really fast charge that will either miss or hit a target. Upon missing a target, he will stay at the back and attack ranged units like a miner. Pretty neat, right? But when he hits a target, he will throw them all the way back, stun them, and act like as if nothing ever happened and start attacking front line like a normal unit. Okay, let me show you first the best ways to get value out of him. You can purposely miss a frontline unit, so he will attack backline units such as Archer, Spear Goblin, Wizard, Ice Wizard, Musketeer, Dart Goblin, Bowler, Healing Ranger, Magic Archer, Archer Queen, and Electro Wizard. And while assassinating enemy ranged units is really cool, let me tell you what's something even more cool. Protecting your own ranged units. Two princes clashing will result in cancelling each other. Enemy prince won't kill your ranged units, and your prince might catch miners after being knocked back. That's a high risk two birds with one stone trick, since you have to predict for it to work. On a side note, if there is a unit close to the double prince clash, they will also get knocked back a little bit as a free little bonus. Oh, but make sure that unit is not your unit. Okay, here's my favorite trick of all tricks. Discovering this while playtesting was so satisfying and fun. If your opponent is protecting a ranged unit, let's say a magic archer behind some tank like Barbarian King, if you place a spear goblin and a prince, the prince will send the Barbarian King flying, and the spear will weirdly enough pass under the Barbarian King and take out the magic archer. However, this is position sensitive. It is not easy to pull off. You can also use the prince to stop miner, stop spear goblin, or stop bowlers. For the miner, prince needs to be 4 or less tiles away, while any tile works for the spear goblin, but the bowler has to be 7 tiles away. At max distance, it will not work. Now, remember when I told you the prince sends the unit he hits all the way back? You can send an enemy giant skeleton all the way back and mark his death explosion useless. Let me just take a moment before moving to counters and tell you, only this little percentage of you are subscribed. Go ahead, press that button, it doesn't bite. I trained it, and I promise it's fun. Okay, let's go back to our topic. Now, looking at what I said earlier, the prince might look like it gets too much value, but don't worry, I got you. Here is how to counter him. If you have some idea about where the prince will be placed, just to place any melee unit on any adjacent line, while most of the units won't work, since only healer, P.E.K.K.A. and mini P.E.K.K.A. will take him out. This is an understandable thing, since prince is 4 elixir and most tanks are 2 or 3 elixir. However, mini P.E.K.K.A. is an extremely exceptional case, since he will only win if he was able to get his double damage bonus at least once. But weaker mini tanks are still worth using to distract the prince while other units help out. There is also this trick I discovered which seems to be very effective. Take a skeleton guard, or really any tank unit can work, and place him right exactly 3 tiles away from your backline. Take a spear goblin, preferably an upgraded one, and place it on the back of your board. After the prince hits the guard, the spear goblin will deal 7 damage with the clash ability, and the prince will be left with 3 HP while both guard and goblin are targeting him. But please make sure there is at least 1 tile of space between them, and this is really important, or this will happen. You can also use the prince to clear way for your clash ability units. Based on what I said before, prince can cancel clash ability units like miner, bowler, or your spear goblin. Here is how to protect them. Having a prince in front of your bowler, spear goblin, or miner will guarantee they hit the clash ability, since the enemy prince will cancel your prince instead of cancelling your bowler, spear goblin, or miner. Okay, now that's everything I found about the prince so far. This game has a lot of possibilities, so there must be something we are still unaware of. However, I'll keep searching for tips and other important gameplay tactics. So hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications to stay posted about my YouTube uploads. I tried to make this video a little bit long and add some background music to it. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section down below. Oh, and I think it's worth mentioning, if you ever wanna hang out or talk, I'm usually hanging out with my other subscribers in my Discord server. The link will be down below in the description. Come and join the fun. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.